Hello there, KILR viewers. It's time for another Shep Reacts, where I go ahead and I react to an AI video. It is completely original. It's based on ideas that I had, and turn it into a video for whatever reason, and then I don't watch it until I do a reaction on it. And this video has been inspired by recent events in regards to Lunchly and the mold and the cheese. So this video is called "I Like My Cheese Moldy and Drippy, Bruh." Yeah. So I was just having silly fun, so I just had AI just come up with something. I did try the Lunchly, and I did a review on it, and there's a link up here in the corner if you want to go see that. It's part of the KILR Awesome Day series. There's also going to be a music video because of course, why not? It's already over there on our other channel, KILR Radio 2.0, and there'll be a link to that up on the screen as well. So if you want to go listen to that, but I'll be working on a music video that'll be showing here on KILR Radio. KILR Radio. I don't know what channel I'm on. KILR TV. Anyways, let's go ahead and check this out, and I don't know what it's going to say. I don't know what's going to show, but I guess we're going to find out here.
Liquid Sunshine, an ode to nacho cheese. Nacho cheese, the nectar of the gods. Okay, maybe not gods, more like the food of the dude bros, but still, that golden, glistening, processed goodness, man, it's a thing of beauty. Forget your fancy cheese plates and artisanal brie. Give me a vat of that molten fluorescent orange lava and I'm good to go. Dip it, dunk it, drown your sorrows in it. Nacho cheese doesn't judge. Some people, they say it's fake, unnatural, like they're too good for processed cheese. Please. Those are the same people who order diet soda with their double cheeseburgers. Hypocrites. The drip technique, mastering the art of cheese consumption. It's not just about eating cheese, it's about experiencing it, savoring every bite and understanding.
Hold on. I see mold on cheese. Right over there on the right. It's moldy cheese. Yes, I know. Some cheese basically has mold, but yeah, I mean like blue cheese. But anyways, it just caught my eye, okay? Just caught my eye.
The nuances that make each type of cheese unique. There's a technique to eating nacho cheese. It's an art form, a delicate dance between chip and cheese that requires precision and finesse. It's not just about shoveling chips into your mouth like a garbage disposal.
Actually,
so no judgment if
this looks really good. I want nachos now. Look at these nachos, man. These nachos are awesome.
Though no judgment if that's your jam. It's about taking the time to appreciate the texture, the flavor, and the experience.
Oh man, look at that.
No, my friends, it's about the drip. The way the cheese clings to the chip, the way it stretches and pulls.
Actually, do you know what this looks like? This doesn't look like melted cheese. It looks like some type of alien guts, or I look at this and this reminds me of the original Star Trek episode. I think it was called the Armageddon Factor, or something, and I always saw them as like flying pizzas and one like slapped its way on the back of Spock's back, but when it was hit with light, they kind of like melted and stuff. That's exactly what this looks like. That's what this looks like.
Clings to the chip, the way it stretches and pulls, creating a tantalizing visual and sensory experience. You see, the perfect chip-to-cheese ratio is crucial. It's a balance that, when achieved, can elevate your nacho experience to new heights. Too much cheese and you've got a soggy mess. The chip loses its crunch and the experience is ruined. Too little and you're basically eating dry cardboard.
There's a technical science to this.
Barely there. The goal is to achieve that perfect, precarious balance. The chip should be sturdy enough to hold the cheese, but not so thick that it overpowers the cheese. You want that cheese clinging on for dear life, threatening to plunge into the abyss, but holding on just long enough for you to savor the moment. And then, the drip. That moment when the cheese begins to fall, creating a beautiful...
Did you look closely at this? Hold on. Okay, so the person is trying to get some salsa, right? And they're kind of like trying to scoop it out, and they got none of it. Yeah, absolutely no salsa at all. They all they did was just slop it over the side of the container. So, well done there.
Beautiful molten river, that glorious moment when gravity takes over and a molten river of cheese cascades down your fingers. It's messy, it's indulgent, and it's absolutely wonderful. It's a badge of honor, a sign that you're truly living life on the edge. Embrace the drip.
Ooh.
Let it remind you that sometimes...
That looks good. That looks like a chili or something. Does that... Because what is that? The red kidney beans or something. That looks like a chili nachos or something. Oh man, heartburn tonight.
Sometimes the best things in life are a little messy, a little imperfect, but always delicious. Beyond the pale when cheese gets funky. Cheese, in all its glory, can sometimes take on a life of its own. Now let's talk about pizza. The ultimate comfort food, right? Specifically, pizza with cheese that's gone beyond the pale. The kind that makes you do a double take. You know what I'm talking about? That moment of hesitation when you see something...
You see the mold in the background? The tomatoes back here? I'm guessing those are tomatoes, or maybe they used to be tomatoes. Yuck, that's kind of nasty.
Unexpected, that white stuff that's starting to take on a greenish hue. It's like a science experiment gone wrong. The kind of cheese that makes your significant other wrinkle their nose and say, honey, are you sure that's still good? Yes, it is. Trust me. In fact, it's better than good. It's reached peak cheesiness. This is where the magic happens. It's like the cheese equivalent of a fine wine aged to perfection.
There's fur on it. Look at the fur that's on the cheese. That is nasty.
The aging process brings out complex flavors, except, on pizza. Aged cheese on pizza is a culinary delight. I'm not talking about like fuzzy mold here. That's a different story. We're not trying to get anyone sick. Safety first, always. But a little bit of character, that's where the fun begins. A touch of the funky stuff. It adds depth and intrigue. That's where the flavor's at. Embrace the funk.
It's more like blue cheese.
A whole new world of taste. A touch of green, embracing the moldy majesty. Some people are afraid of a little mold. They see a spot of green on their cheddar and they freak out. They toss the whole block in the trash like it's some kind of biohazard. What a waste. Listen, mold is natural. It's just cheese's way of saying, hey, I'm alive, I'm evolving, I'm getting more flavorful by the minute. Embrace the mold, it's your friend. Plus, think of the probiotics. Okay, maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but hey, I'm just trying to justify my love for funky cheese here. Don't judge.
It's only AI.
Section 5, the health halo probiotic power in every bite. Look, I'm not saying that drippy nacho cheese and moldy pizza are health foods. Let's be real. But I'm also not saying they're the devil's spawn. Everything in moderation, right? Besides, there's got to be some nutritional value in there somewhere. Protein, calcium, maybe a few stray vitamins hanging on for dear life. Who knows? All I know is it tastes damn good. And hey, maybe that mold is actually good for my gut health. Probiotics are all the rage these days, right? Maybe I'm ahead of the curve here. Maybe one day doctors will be prescribing moldy cheese as a cure-all. Just imagine. Section 6, vintage vibes, aging gracefully like a fine cheese. There's something to be said for things that get better with age. Wine, whiskey, cheese. They all develop a certain depth of flavor, a complexity that you just don't get from the fresh stuff. So the next time you see a piece of cheese that's looking a little past its prime, don't turn your nose up at it. Give it a chance. You might be surprised at what you discover. It's like, you know how some people are into vintage clothing? They like that worn-in look, the history behind each piece.
I'm like, what the heck did the clothing have to do with cheese? But then they were like, vintage clothing. So, yeah, you know, AI is like pulling up whatever it thinks is appropriate, like some of this vintage stuff here.
It's the same with cheese. It's got character. It's got stories to tell. If only it could talk.
Yeah, if only.
Section 7. Sensory overload. A symphony of smell, taste, and texture. Imagine walking into a room filled with the rich, complex aromas of aged cheeses. It's an experience that engages all your senses, transporting you to a world where smell, taste, and texture come together in perfect harmony. Let's be real. Eating moldy, drippy cheese is a full-on sensory experience. It's not just about the taste, it's about the entire journey your senses embark on. The moment you pick up that piece of cheese, you're already anticipating the adventure. You've got the aroma, the texture, the taste. It's a symphony in your mouth. First, there's the smell. The scent of cheese can be incredibly diverse, ranging from mild and milky to strong and pungent. Each type of cheese has its own unique fragrance that tells a story of its origin and aging process.
Looked like that guy was cutting into the cheese like it was some type of cheesecake or pie or something.
Each type of cheese has its own unique fragrance that tells a story of its origin and aging process. Now, I'll admit it's not always the most appealing scent. Some cheeses have a smell that can be quite overwhelming at first. But once you get past that initial shock, you start to appreciate the depth and complexity of the aroma. But there's something oddly alluring about that pungent, earthy aroma. It's like a fine wine. The more you smell it, the more nuances you discover. It's a scent that invites you to explore further, to take that first bite and see what lies beneath the surface. It's like a siren song, drawing you in, daring you to take a bite. Then there's the texture. The feel of cheese in your mouth
can dare
vary
all at
dramatically
once.
from one type to another. Some cheeses are smooth and creamy, while others are crumbly or even slightly grainy.
I don't know about you, but nothing is going to draw me to moldy cheese. I'm not going to be like, oh, hey, I wonder what that might actually taste like, you know. I don't know.
That creamy, gooey, sometimes slightly slimy sensation is enough to make your toes curl. And the taste? Oh, the taste. Each bite is a journey through a landscape of flavors. You might start with a sharp, tangy note that quickly gives way to a rich, buttery undertone. It's a complex explosion of flavors, sharp, tangy, salty, and just a hint of something else. That something else is the magic of cheese, the element that keeps you coming back for more. It's a flavor that evolves as you chew, revealing new layers and nuances with each bite. Something you can't quite put your finger on, but you know you like it. It's the culmination of the cheese's journey from milk to masterpiece, a testament to the art and science of cheesemaking. So next time you indulge in a piece of cheese, take a moment to savor the symphony of smell, taste, and texture that makes each bite a truly unforgettable experience. Section 8, Gourmet Grub Elevating Junk Food to an Art Form. Some people think I'm crazy.
I do not know where in the heck it's coming up with Section 8, Section 7. Like I said, I had AI create a documentary about moldy, drippy cheese, and I said, make it about, 9-10 minutes long, and this is what we got. Whatever it wrote, I said, hey, make it satire, sarcasm, humor, whatever. Well, it's got a little bit in there, but it's kind of dry. But at least for me, kind of like how this cheese is maybe a little too dry. Anyway, the whole section 7, 8, whatever. Well, I just think that's kind of weird.
For my love of moldy, drippy cheese, they call it junk food, lowbrow, but I say they just don't understand. They don't see the artistry involved in crafting the perfect nacho cheese drip. They don't appreciate the subtle nuances of flavor in a well-aged piece of blue cheese. They're missing out, I tell you. It's like, I'm a cheese connoisseur, a curd aficionado, a fromage fanatic. Okay, maybe that's a bit much, but you get the point. I'm passionate about my cheese, okay? Section 9, Cult Following, Finding My Tribe of Cheese Fanatics. I know I'm not alone in my love of moldy, drippy cheese. There's a whole underground community of us out there. We gather in dark corners of the internet, sharing pictures of our latest cheese conquest, debating the merits of different mold strains. We're a weird bunch, but we're a passionate bunch. We're like the cheese whisperers, spreading the gospel of funky,
The cheese whisperers
to the uninitiated. We're on a mission to open people's minds and stomachs to the wonderful world of cheese beyond the cheddar. So if you ever see someone with a suspicious-looking stain on their shirt, don't be afraid to come say hi. We're always looking for new recruits.
stain that had nothing to do with cheese.
Section 10, don't knock it till you try it. A cheesy challenge. I get
That's all right.
it. Moldy
You can have
cheese
it.
can be intimidating. It's not for the faint of heart. But I challenge you, dear reader, to step outside your comfort zone. Take a walk on the wild side. Embrace the funk. Start with a little bit of blue cheese on your salad. Try a bite of your friend's leftover pizza, even if the cheese looks a little suspect. You might just surprise yourself. You might even find yourself craving that pungent, earthy flavor. And if you don't, well, more cheese for me, I guess. Section 11, Cheese Dreams, Living My Best Moldy, Drippy Life. At the end of the day, I'm just a guy who loves his cheese. I like it moldy, I like it drippy, I like it with a little bit of character. It's my guilty pleasure, my cheesy vice, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So here's to all the cheese lovers out there, the ones who aren't afraid of a little funk, the ones who appreciate the finer things in life, like a perfectly aged cheddar or a gloriously gooey slice of pizza. Keep on cheesing, my friends, and if anyone needs me, I'll be over here living my best moldy, drippy life. Peace out.
Peace out. Jeez. Okay, so not the greatest of documentaries. Sometimes there are some that are actually kind of good, and then there are others that are just kind of, yeah, not the greatest. If anything, this documentary was the definition of cheese. It was just kind of cheesy and lame. I don't know. Maybe you liked it. And if you did, that's good. A lot of these things I've put together so that way I can get some stock footage or imagery or something that I can use to make music videos with. And so that was the thing about this. And since the song was kind of comedic and had sarcasm in there, I figured I would just go ahead and make a video that was kind of the same thing. And I didn't have AI write the script first, because then I could copy and paste it into InVideo, which is what makes these documentaries, and then I would actually see what it's saying, and I wanted it to be a surprise. And sometimes the surprises are good, and sometimes they're just kind of like meh, which is kind of like what happened here. But it's all good. That's why, I do these little reactions. Sometimes they are really funny, and sometimes they're just maybe bits or pieces. But you get to see a real reaction, and these videos are completely original. You're not going to see these videos anywhere else. And with that in mind, if you've got ideas for videos that you'd like to see me react to, they could be funny, they could be serious, they could be anything, on any subject. The sky is open on that. So let me know in the comments of what kind of video you would like to see me do a reaction on, and I can have one generated. So it's kind of a unique thing here. I don't think anyone else is doing this. Well, anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you'll subscribe and all that other good stuff, and make sure to keep your cheese drippy, bruh. Have a killer awesome day.